Have you ever felt like you're just not getting what you want out of AI tools like ChatGPT? It feels like you're talking, but you're not quite connecting. Well, we're going to fix that today. We are going to unlock the right way to talk to an AI. All right, here's the plan. First, we'll talk about why prompts are so powerful. Then, we're going to learn 3 techniques, one by one. We'll start with the basic, 0-shot, then move up to few-shot, and finish with the super powerful chain of thought. By the end of this, you're going to have a whole new AI toolkit. So let me just ask you, are you really in control of your AI? It's a real question, because honestly, most of us are just scratching the surface. We're kind of letting the AI take the lead when it should be the other way around. And it all comes down to this one simple idea. The quality of what you get out of an AI is 100% determined by the quality of what you put in. A prompt isn't just a question, it's the actual blueprint you give the AI. Better instructions, you're going to get way, way better results. Okay, let's dive in with technique number 1. This is the foundation, something you probably already do without even realizing it has a name. It's called 0-shot prompting. I just call it the direct instruction. The name 0-shot pretty much says it all, right? It means you give the AI 0 examples, 0 practice shots. You just tell it what to do, and you're relying completely on the huge library of internet knowledge it already has in its brain. And here's a perfect example. We ask it to classify the sentiment of a sentence. The food was okay, but the service was terrible. It's a mixed review, for sure, but the AI just gets it. It instantly replies negative. We didn't have to teach it anything. It just knew. It's super simple, and it just works for these kinds of direct tasks. So when should you use this? Well, it's your go-to for any simple direct task. Think general knowledge questions, quick summaries. Basically, anytime you need a fast answer and you're not super picky about how it's formatted. But what happens when you need something a little more specific, something with a particular style? That's where we level up. We stop just telling the AI what to do, and we start showing it. Welcome to few-shot prompting. Now, this is where things get really cool. With few-shot, you give the AI, well, a few shots. Just a couple of examples of what you want, right there in the prompt. This is called in-context learning, because you're teaching it a new pattern right there in the moment, just for that one conversation. Check this out. We set up a little game. Color, arrow, fruit. We give it 3 examples. Red is apple, yellow is banana, purple is grape. Then we just type orange, arrow, and bam, the AI gets it. It sees the pattern and correctly finishes it with orange. We just taught it a brand new rule live. So this is your secret weapon for when you need a very specific format, like getting your output in a nice, clean table. It's also amazing for tasks that are kind of hard to explain with words, like if you want a certain tone or style. Just show it what you mean. Okay, time for the big one. What about really complex problems? Things that need actual reasoning. For that, we need our most advanced technique, chain of thought prompting. This is how you literally make the AI show its work. The big idea here is so simple, but it changes everything. Instead of just asking for the final answer, you tell the AI to think step by step. Remember in math class when your teacher would say, show your work? It's exactly that. It forces the AI to slow down and break a big problem into smaller, logical pieces, and it makes a huge difference in accuracy. And look at this example. We gave it a word problem and added that one magic phrase. Think step by step. Look at the output. It doesn't just spit out a number. It walks us through its entire thought process. It starts with 5, subtracts 2, adds 3, subtracts 1. This makes it so much easier to trust the answer, and it's far less likely to make a silly mistake. And hey, it's not just me saying this. The researchers who discovered this technique said that it outperforms standard prompting, and their words were, sometimes to a striking degree. It's not a small improvement, it's massive. And here is the proof. Just look at this data. On a tough set of math problems, a normal prompt gets it right about 34% of the time. Not great, but with chain of thought, that score skyrockets to almost 92%. That's not just better, that is a total game changer. It unlocks a level of reasoning that was just sitting there, waiting to be used. So, you pull this one out for the heavy lifting. We're talking complex logic, math problems, anything that takes more than one step. It's your best defense against those weird errors or hallucinations, and it's an absolute must when you need to actually check the AI's work.
And that's it. You've just built yourself a brand new, powerful AI toolkit. Now, let's just quickly wrap up and talk about how to choose the right tool for whatever job you're facing. Think of this as your quick cheat sheet. For simple, direct stuff, use a zero-shot command. When you need a specific format or style, show it what you mean with few-shot examples. And for the really complex reasoning and math problems, tell it to think step by step with chain of thought. Easy, right? The big idea here is that these aren't just abstract theories. These are real tools you can go use right now. You're not just asking questions anymore. You're actually directing the AI. You've gone from a casual user to a power user. Which brings me to one last question for you. This is about more than just getting better answers from a chatbot. It's about unlocking a new kind of creative partner. So I'll leave you with this. Now that you actually know how to guide an AI's thinking, what are you going to go create together?